My text is Matthew chapter 8 verse 20. Jesus said, "Foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Let me begin this short Christmas meditation with a true story. Thomas Jefferson was the Vice President of the United States of America in the years between 1797 and 1801. At that time, there were no trains or railroads in all the world, and there were no smooth highways as there are now. The roads were muddy and rough. If a man had to go from one city to another, he had to go on horseback, through mud and mire, exposed to wind and weather. One day some men were sitting by the door of a hotel in Baltimore. As they looked down the street, they saw a horseman coming. He was riding very slowly, and both he and his horse were spattered with mud. "There comes old Farmer Mossback," said one of them, laughing. "He seems to have had a hard day," said another. "I wonder where he will put up for the night." "Oh, any kind of place will suit him," answered the landlord. "He is one of those country fellows who can sleep anywhere, and he will even eat with the horses." The traveler was soon at the door. He was dressed plainly and had reddish brown hair. He looked like a hard-working countryman. "Have you a room here for me?" he asked the landlord. Now the landlord kept a first-class hotel, and he feared that his guests would not like the rough-looking farmer. So he said, "No, sir, every room is full." "Well then," answered the stranger, "I will see what they can do for me at the Planter's Tavern round the corner," and he rode away. About an hour later, a well-dressed gentleman came into the hotel and said, "I wish to see Mr. Jefferson." "Mr. Jefferson?" said the landlord. "Yes, sir, Thomas Jefferson, the Vice President of the United States." "He is not here." "Oh, but he must be. I met him and he said that he will put up for the night at this hotel." "No, he hasn't. The only man that has been here for lodging today was an old farmer who was covered with mud." "Did he have reddish brown hair?" "Yes, he did." "Did he ride a grey horse?" "Yes." "Was he a tall person?" "Yes. Do you know him?" "That was Mr. Jefferson," said the gentleman. "Mr. Jefferson?" cried the landlord. "Was that the Vice President?" He ordered hurriedly to all his staff to prepare the best room. He told the staff, "What a fool I had been to turn Mr. Jefferson away. He shall have all the rooms in the hotel if he wishes. I'll go right away to the Planter's Tavern and bring him back." So he went to the other hotel, where he found the Vice President sitting with some friends in the parlor. "Mr. Jefferson," he said, "I come to ask your pardon. I'm so sorry I could not recognize you. You were covered with mud, and I thought that you were some old farmer. If you'll please come back to my hotel, you'll have the best room in it. Yes, all the rooms if you wish. Won't you come?" "No," answered Mr. Jefferson. "A farmer is as good as any other man, and where there's no room for a farmer, there can be no room for the Vice President of the United States of America." Not only at his birth, but throughout Jesus' earthly life, Jesus too was rejected by people. I quote D.L. Moody here. His neighbors didn't want him. Those Nazarenes didn't want him. They could have taken him to the brow of a hill and dashed him to the bottom. They could have torn him limb from limb if they could. He went down to Capernaum. They didn't want him there. Jerusalem didn't want him. To me, one of the most touching verses in the Bible is St. John 7:53. "Then each went to his own home, but Jesus went to the Mount of Olives." Perhaps it was in a lonely moment like this Jesus said, "Foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." May the Lord help us to see him in a farmer, beggar, a leper, the sick and the lonely, the prisoner, in old people who are left alone in elders' homes, and those who are rejected by society. May God bless you. Amen.